My next guest takes on Anastasia Yankova coming up here at Bellator 200 on May 25th. It is Kate Jackson joining me here on the program. Kate, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you. You?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Not everyone asks how I'm doing, so I like that. And I know you're in New Mexico right now. Are you training at Jackson's? Where are you right now in New Mexico?
Yeah, I'm staying in the dorms. So yeah, training at Jackson Wink.
Oh, wow. So are we live on location in the dorm room right now?
You are, yes.
That's great. Are you top bunk or bottom bunk? How does that work?
I'm really lucky at the moment. So there's only two of us in the room, so we're both bottom bunks.
Nice. That's good. Not too busy there. So how long have you been out there in New Mexico?
I flew out I got here Tuesday last week. So
nice.
coming.
Good stuff. This is your third straight fight for Bellator, but I think most people would probably remember you from The Ultimate Fighter Season 23. Do you still keep in touch with anyone from that cast at all? It was a pretty interesting season.
I'm sort of Facebook friends and sort of via social media with some of the guys, but I'm good friends with Lanchana Green, the other English girl on my team. But I'm really pleased to have got that friendship out of it.
That's good. And how was that experience for you overall? Just going through the house and living with a bunch of women.
I'm really, really glad I did it because it was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, and that I got through that. It helps with mental toughness. I think it's a very surreal experience. No outside contact, no music, no books. So yeah, not having access to my coaches or my friends and family was very hard to deal with.
And you've had some really great fights in Bellator since the show. Obviously, your last fight I know didn't go your way, but you got a great opportunity to fight former strawweight title challenger in Valerie Letourneau at Bellator 191. What did you sort of take away from that performance, facing one of the best flyweights in the world? I
didn't follow my game plan, but I was enjoying standing with her and striking. I started off as a striker, but I kind of fell in love with jiu-jitsu. So going back to being comfortable on my feet is like a real positive that I took away from that fight, even if perhaps I should have done things differently. And my coaches certainly wish I had.
And you've got another big fight here in Anastasia, like I mentioned off the top. There's been a lot of hype behind her. She's got the 5-0 record. First off, were you surprised to get this matchup, or were you expecting a fight like this after the Letourneau fight?
I was kind of asking for some harder matchups. I hadn't really paid much attention to her. I think I'd noticed her last year because she had some post-fight photo of her face all bruised up floating around social media, but yeah, I had to go look her up. I said yes because if I get offered a fight, then I don't turn them down. But yeah, I wasn't looking to fight her.
Okay, and how do you feel like you match up against her? She's, like I mentioned, she's got the 5-0 record.
I think it's a really good matchup for me. I think I'm better than her any range really, and she's had some close, very close fights, very close decisions. I think split decisions over women that were definitely smaller than her because she has got a history of missing weight in Bellator. So yeah, I think she's going to be in for a surprise when she comes up against me.
And what does it mean to be a part of this card? It's in the UK. It's Bellator 200. It's one of the biggest cards they're doing this year. That must add a level of excitement to this matchup and just being a part of this card.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's not quite a home fight in that I still live quite a long way away from London, but I've got loads of friends and family in the area, so it's my capital city. And yeah, like you say, it's a massive card with some good fights on it, so I'm really looking forward to it.
And who are some of the people at Jackson's that are helping you get ready for this fight as far as training partners?
I'm working with, there aren't that many flyweights out here. So I'm working with a couple of bantamweights. I've got a friend who's just flown out from the UK, Kerry Hughes, it's bantamweight. Some of the smaller bantamweights out here. And then they've got a really good strawweight team as well that I'm enjoying working with.
That's great. And who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
My coaches from back home. So
nice.
I'm going to fly back to the UK and sort of have my normal coaches cornering me.
Yeah. So how long are you staying in Albuquerque, and then how are you like splitting camp up for this fight?
I'm going to fly back about 8 days out, just so that I can get used to the time zone difference again, and just finish off with some sort of light sparring and drilling back home as well.
Great. And how do you see this fight playing out on May 25th?
She's predominantly a striker. I know she's got some ground wins, but she seems to really enjoy Muay Thai. She doesn't really have any flashy moves or tricks. It's all just solid striking, solid Thai boxing. Don't think she's particularly fast or angles off particularly. So yeah, I think I can outstrike her just from a speed perspective. But yeah, ideally I'll take it to the ground.
And where do you feel like a win puts you in the division? Because again, you fought some really tough fights, and I imagine taking out an undefeated fighter would sort of keep you back up there in the flyweight division.
I really hope that if I win this fight, it's going to put me sort of somewhere near title contention again. That seems a bit up in the air at the moment because I was expecting Valerie to fight for the title, but they've given it to I'm not sure I can pronounce her name.
Yeah, no, I know who you're talking about, though. Yeah, and I know what you mean. Yeah, so they've got a fight book, basically, and Valerie's not getting... Valerie will probably, I would assume, get the winner of that fight, and so that sort of puts a logjam in the division.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It'd be nice if I could have sort of one of the better women in the division after this next fight, if there's no title shot available. So, see how that goes.
And how many fights are left on your contract?
It's a 4-fight contract, and this is... So, yeah, next will be my last on this contract anyway.
Interesting. What are you doing on your downtime out in Albuquerque? I know obviously the focus is all on training and, probably prepping your meals and all that, but are you watching any TV at all? What would I find you doing on your downtime there?
I'm reading a fair bit, like hanging out with, I love coffee, so getting good coffee is one of my favorite things to do, I think, and just going for walks. I'd like to check out the more mountainous areas in the outskirts at the weekend, do a bit of hiking maybe.
Great. What book are you reading right now? Is there anything you're reading that's interesting?
I'm really bad. I just read stuff on Kindle, don't you?
Oh, okay, yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, I guess, yeah, you got to get with the times as far as the digital stuff. So have you downloaded anything to read on your Kindle? What are you checking out these days?
At the moment, what was it? I'm not sure. I've been listening to the Joe Rogan Experience stuff with some of the girls. We've got a massive TV in the kitchen that we stream it all on, so that's cool. But yeah, I don't even know.
Okay, no worries. No, I put you on the spot there. I was just curious is all. But this is going to be a great fight. It's Bellator 200 coming up here May 25th. Kate, it was great getting a chance to talk to you. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you got any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at KPA Jackson. And thank you to my jiu-jitsu sponsors, Rainha and Booster Fightwear for my fight gear.